Hello, 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 my lovely potatoes. How are you doing? How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope you thanked your mothers for you being born. If not, well, new to my streams. Hello. Okay, let's first say hello to everyone. Oh boy. So, who do we have here? Hello Squigums, hello Firemane, hello Merc, hello Warlocks, hello Colio. Anyone else that I missed? Hello. How are you doing? Today is Mother's Day. Apparently. I'm not a big Mother's Day proponent. Also, Father's Day is not really my thing. I prefer to celebrate birthdays because they are a lot more special than stuff like Mother's and Father's Day. I know that sounds a bit rude of me, but honestly, every mother can celebrate Mother's Day, but birthdays are something special because that just belongs to the person that was born that day. So if you like to celebrate Mother's Day, do that. Thank your mother for whatever. I'm pretty sure if you had a good mom, then she deserves the thank you. Should thank my mom. Yeah, I shall do so by helping her with her garden making project this summer. That sounds like a good plan. But for now, you belong to Mama Feldy. So, we have a beautiful day out there. Even though the weather prediction said something about rain, but I haven't seen anything about that. And my plan today is to make a little bit of a few templates for let's switch scenes here. To make a few templates for some Twitch panels, because I was wanting to do that anyway, one way or another. So why not do that today? Yes, today is not a satisfactory stream, though I should really go on with that at some point. Kind of trying to get that beast of a stained glass thing going. Also, I really need to turn down that music so I can think. But yeah, also I will be needing some kind of template soon anyway, because I have a Twitch panel commission coming up. Just really need to poke that one client because it seems like she seems to forget every now and then that she wanted something from me, but that's all right. People forget, people have lives. I'm not mad about it. Quite the contrary. I'm happy when other people can be busy. I'm mostly bored. That's why I'm streaming. Okay, I'm kidding. Sometimes I am busy as hell. For example, for those of you who haven't seen yet, let me quickly check. Oopsie doopsie. For those who maybe didn't see on Kofi or on my Discord, I was actually doing a little bit of resin work. Like I was mucking around with UV resin. Just finished a 6-day work week myself, so I'm pooped. Oh boy, Merc. Then I hope you rest well. Where is it? Come on. I know that I have put some... Oh yeah, here. So... I did some resin keychains with UV resin. They are not perfect, of course. You can see a few bubbles here. here and there. They're a little wonky, but that's what makes them special. Because they are indeed handmade. Feel like crap, but it's what kind of self-inflicted. Well, then do something to make you feel better. If you feel like crap, do something for yourself to make you feel better. That's what it's all about. So yeah, I've been working on stuff in the background. I've been experimenting with resin. I've been doing some stuff. I actually need to print some new buttons, like new pins. First of all, because I might have a few motifs in the pipeline. Second of all, because I'm kind of running out of them. I kind of use them like business cards, just giving them out to people. So that's something I need to do. I've been printing and plotting even more even more sticker sheets, like those who might have seen the stream where I was doing some watercoloring. I actually managed to do those as a sticker sheet. I still have to do some test cuts with the plotting machine so that I can just book them for a first tier reward for Kofi supporters. Yes, that's actually something that I'm planning. I'm just the type of person that keeps planning and planning and planning and never executes on those plans, which is it kind of sucks. I have that tendency to not actually finish what I started, even though everything's in order, everything's kind of done, but I'm kind of, and that's I don't know, I think it's kind of weird that I am a little bit afraid. I'm somewhere between afraid of failure and afraid of actually succeeding. Like, I'm afraid of both. Because what if I succeed and I'm getting overwhelmed? What's gonna happen? That's something that's actually on my mind. And it's crazy because I shouldn't be like that. Why the hell I need it? Oh, of course. So let's do a vector layer for the main template. Meanwhile, I'm the kind of person who plans and does with the right push, but I don't have the internal push. Yeah, I just have ideas, I execute them, and then I'm just afraid to actually put them out in the open. And it sucks. I really need to work on that. Maybe I just need some kind of person that goes like, hey, this is a great idea. Just do it. Or I don't have enough people that just go like, hey, Feldy, just do it. Just put it out there and see what happens. Because I really have that problem with self-doubt. It just keeps happening and I'm kind of annoyed myself. Thanks to that. So the idea is that I'll put maybe a little bit of maybe I should just put that main template thingy right in the smack middle, so that I can maybe add something here on the side, or maybe on the bottom. What if grab and strangle the cold feet out of you but by reverse mugging? Reverse mugging? That implies that you're just gonna give me money in a very violent way. Not quite sure if I should like that or should be afraid of that. It sounds kind of strange, not gonna lie. But who knows? Maybe that's just me thinking in a very odd way. I actually am kind of inclined to use a vector program for these kind of templates Metaphorical strangling. God damn it, Firemaid! Did you say something to me? I was just distracted. I don't know. I has a confuse. Please no confusion. Please no Confucius. So might want to turn down the opacity of that vector layer and give it some kind of fill. Can I just... Oh, wait, I need to click it first. Let's go for something somewhat bright so that I have nice contrast here. I thought I heard my name. I don't know, maybe I have. So yeah, the plan is to make maybe a few panel packs that people can just grab on Kofi for $1 or something like that. Question is, will I ever actually publish these? We will see. We will see. So what would my first panel pack be? I mean, I could, additionally to my cat transitions, if someone knows about them, if you know, you know. So maybe I should just go for some kind of cat-shaped panel. Would be kind of nice. Maybe I should just use a sketch layer to have something going on. Oh, I forgot a thing. Oh, that's fine. It's all right. I may have forgotten a thing, but it's not too important. I'll put a bit more space around these. Just to make it a bit nicer, to have a bit more space around here. Like, what I could be doing, let's first put a little bit of a cat head here. Or something cat shaped. Because I have a very specific idea in mind. I'm just not sure if it's going to work as well as I'm hoping. So maybe give it some kitty. I don't know what it's called in English. In German it's Schnurrhaare. Even though purring is technically not done with these little hairs. It's more like they are like cats are actually just using these hairs to I think probe their surroundings, in the sense that they just are a little. I think they are very sensible to touch, and that's also their. Cats are an engine. Yeah, I'm still convinced that cats are liquids. Cats have to be liquids. You cannot convince me otherwise. So maybe have that right here. And then we could actually, that's an idea that I just got. I'll add a texture. Document to it, so we can use that for maybe put a little bit of nice pattern on there in the background. Really like doing patterns. So maybe we'll add a little fishbone. Also might be going pretty well for a potential sticker background as well. I really like doing as many patterns as I can if I have something like that in mind. I'm pretty sure that's not how fishbones work. Why am I doing that? That looks more like it. Fishbone. And a little wool ball. Because that's what kitties love. Or maybe I should go for a cardboard box. Let's do a cardboard box. I mean, if I were a cat, I would probably also hide in cardboard boxes. Oh look, the Dovahkiin comes. Alright. So there's our cardboard box. We need to simplify that, of course. At least a little bit. So let's do something with the background fill. And the properties, let's go for... I think that kind of salmon orange is going to work pretty nicely. And then I need a very light color to actually add some nice line art. Boxes to be comfy, indeed. Indeed. I'll put this on an extra layer. Or I'll probably put both of these elements on extra layers. Oh wait, this already has a stabilizer. Might turn that up a little bit. Also kind of funny how I'm using a salmon orange to make a cat pattern. It kind of works nicely. Maybe it's small kind of back fins, and then we'll go a little bit bigger on those little ribs and then smaller back here. Now this one's gonna be a bit weird and I might want to put that layer a bit further up. This one? Does that... that does not quite work. I see where the problem is. That's fine. I can delete. So this is not going to be a problem. All right. So let's try to simplify that box shape. Just a little bit. It's already simple enough as it is, actually. I mean, it is just a box. So let's see what it looks like without. I might actually add a little bit of a ridge here. There we go. If we put these in a decent position, maybe... Okay, I need to scale that down before I'll put them into a different position. There we go. And also scale down the fishbone. Ha! And then I'll go for both of the layers and just turn down the opacity. It doesn't quite like me turning down the opacity of 2 layers at once. That's annoying. So that's just going to be a background pattern, or a bit of a pattern that I'll put into those little panels. Might wanna move that just a little bit further out, since I can see that they're quite far together. So that should be better. There we go. So I'm just gonna... I feel like adding a bit more to this, but I'm gonna do that on a different layer, just to make sure that I'm not going to mess this up. Kind of like that. Maybe if I turn down the opacity as well. Or wait, let's put that on a multiply layer. Let's add a little bit of a circle right there. Yeah, I like that. Just don't want to have those little squiggles go into my little symbols right here. But that's actually kind of nice. I like that. So let's put that into resource. And make that patterns.kra. I probably have like 4 or 5 of these at this point. I will then go into custom patterns, go for the entire image and just add these to the predefined patterns. So easy to actually make patterns in this program. I really love that. You just have to make your pattern and push the make pattern button and everything's already working out nicely. And you can reuse that, which is just awesome. So fish boxes. I'll just call it that. Where did my... there's my stylus. So let's get... Let's get back into doing more sketching. I mean, I could also add some kind of, maybe I just want to add a tail or something. Yeah, I think that could work. And then you have your font or your lettering here in the middle. It's just for template's sake. Just put an ABC in, or maybe I'll just use the internal lettering system. Why the hell am I just not thinking about that? That's not what I wanted. Why? Why are you like this? All right, let's make it an extra vector layer. Maybe I can just go like this and then go like this. And then it works. Okay. A, B, C. And I want you to... Oh, wait. I need to find that Docker again. That should be text properties. And we can just throw that in here. So font size 13 actually does look pretty decent. It seems like it's gonna work. So that's going to be our little space where the Happy Mother's Day! Did your kids, Bogota and Farman, get you anything? They are here, so that's good enough. Hi, Monkey Skull, how are you doing? I hope you're alright. They don't need to get me anything. I'm actually not even very fond of Mother's and Father's Day. I don't get the need for celebrating that. But I guess that's a very me thing. It just feels not special if every mother in the world is celebrating the same day. As for instance, celebrating a birthday. Just doesn't feel right. Sunday stream, everyone bow your heads in prayer, dear God. So yeah, if I want to do something special for my mom, I'll celebrate her birthday. Though I'm constantly broke, so even that's kind of hard to do. Also, it's really hard to pick out a good present anyway. Cause I really, if I give presents, I want it to be a very personal one. I want to be able to say, this is something that this person is going to love. And for me, it's just excruciatingly hard to find something like that. I have to stumble upon it. Oh god, what kind of bullshit am I reading here again? Friends is a term, right? Oh, come on, warlocks. Shut up. I use it myself. Now, don't be a stickler for stuff like that. Yeah, I don't care, warlocks. I honestly don't care. You know why? Because I call people friends as well. Am I a right-winger now? I don't think so. It's a kind of celebration of mothers and all work they put in for their children. So yeah. Some children are just that's up there with icebergs being sexist because cold. Oh. Nah, but seriously, stuff like that is just, yeah, this is just used by right-wingers, this is just used by lefties, you know what, how about we just get along? It's so stupid to avoid each other just because of the way we talk to another. Instead of trying to actually make friends and build bridges. Genuinely. It's just so stupid. I mean, okay, maybe I do have some traditional values here and there. But I also got pretty progressive values. You know what? As long as it works, as long as my worldview is still consistent, where's the problem? It's consistent and it's yeah. If everything is so far to the right, it must be close to coming full circle. Yeah. Especially when we're talking authoritarians, and they can be so damn stupid. It's so I don't get it. Why do you have to be so stuck up on your politics? Like, guys, we are living on one planet. How about we try to get along as good as we can? Kind of makes me mad, to be honest. That's why I don't like talking politics. Alright, so we have a cat-ish kind of panel. Maybe we can just finish that up. I am actually inclined to also save this one as a bitmap and try something out. Because I do use affinity every now and then. And that might actually work out. Let's see if I can even export as a bitmap, because I'm not sure if that actually works. Doesn't look like it. Well, let's export that as a PNG then and see if I can export it as, or turn it into a bitmap later. Fish box. Pets. Let's just give it a shot. Yeah, as far as politics go, I'm kind of not interested in taking it seriously anymore. The paradigms we're talking about are a little more than schoolyard fight. Yeah, very much agree on that. Rope bridges are a thing. What's your step? Everything's so, yeah. It's just it feels like we have two parties just fighting like little kids, and we adults just stand in the middle and think, why the hell are they starting a snowball fight with stones in it? Why the hell do they actually run the school? Why not us? Why can't we just try to get along, for fuck's sakes? Alright, let's give it a try. Let's have me give it a try. I really hope it works. Because Affinity has that really weird habit of just crashing randomly, and then the file gets corrupted, and then I'm getting sad. So let's see if I can make that work out. Nah, you can barely see that. So let me go for, say I'm going for 700 px by 300 px. I probably should go a bit bigger, so let's go 100 pixel, 1000 pixels by 500 pixels. Let's create that document and hope for the best. If Affinity lets me, there we go. Now, I really would love to work more with this program because it has gotten pretty good over the years. Hard disagrees. See at the playground during recess. Indeed. The real war there is over. Existential nihilism and what to do about it. What are we working on? I'm actually trying to make a set or a few sets of streamer panels, like the stuff you can see down below in Twitch descriptions, like mine. I'm not even sure if I actually have some, but I'm pretty sure I do. And I kind of want to do a few packs that I can maybe throw out for $1 each. So let's hope that that's working out. So what I wanna do is first of all open that in a new tab. And put that in here. Which it won't. Okay, never mind. Okay, how do I import? Ah, okay. Right, because this is a wine thing. Because this program sadly does not have a thingamajig. No. No. How does this work? It's kind of difficult because I have to figure out how to. Okay, that should function somehow. I have to navigate my Linux system in a Windows way, which is kind of weird. So where are we? Can I not? Huh. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. I was actually hoping maybe I can just duplicate this and call it a bitmap. That would be kind of nice if that's already doing the trick. Yes, rename it. And then throw that in here. Okay, that does really not work like that. But what I can do at least... I completely forgot how to do that. To be fair, it's been a long time since I used this program, so rounded rectangle tool right here. I think I want to have a bit sharper corners on these. And then, funnily enough, there is a cat tool, but it's a whole cat. I don't want a whole cat. I just wanted that hat. So what I'm going to do is just constructing a cat hat by using triangles and the segment kind of thing. And I do want these to have a different fill so I can actually see what I'm doing. Let's go for something rather soft. All right, a triangle. Oh, I can actually change the angle here, which is really nice. Hey, Lune! How are you doing? Why no whole cat? Because it doesn't look right. I do have an idea on what to do with these templates, actually. And I kind of want to have a round corner. Now, this program actually has a way to make round corners by just grabbing, I think grabbing this and then, yeah, look at that. So there's one tool that actually gives you a round corner and you can just go like swoop down a corner and you're done. I'm doing all right. Also pretty happy that I do. Now we kind of want to have a nice position for that ear. Then maybe turn this into a path. So convert to curves. Then I do want to maybe add a little bit of a curve right here and a bit of a curve right there. Oh, would you look at that? That actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, doing fine. All vital functions doing their thing. That's nice to hear. That's good to hear. Now we can just duplicate that. And can I just transform that by flip horizontally and yeah, we can actually just put that into a group. Throw that right there in the corner. Just realize that it's way too big for the whole frame. So we have to actually either make everything smaller or I'll widen the frame. Which actually sounds to me like a better idea. So let's do just that. You can actually add more of these frames on the sides with that exact tool. It's been a long time since I last used this program, Affinity. Like that was back when I was using Affinity Suite 3, 2. This is 3. Now everything is all in one program, which is kind of nice. Before that, you had your pixel program as a separate one, your vector program as a separate one, your layout program as a second one. Now it's all in one program, and I kind of love that. So it's kind of nice that I'm somewhat able to actually use this. let's just see how long it actually lasts. Because I am, after all, kind of emulating Windows on a Linux. Well, it's not quite emulation, but you get the idea. I'm using a Windows program on a Linux PC. It's kind of weird. Need to save my phone battery and focus on work. Alright, good luck. Pretty interesting. I should check that out. Do that. Also, the new Affinity is free, so you can actually just pick it up and check it out for yourself. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat on there, because there are, of course, and I'm not a fan of it, there are AI tools built into this program, and you have to pay a subscription fee. But since I do not like using AI tools, I don't have to pay the fee. I don't give a damn. Everything is fine. But as long as the stuff works that I want to use, why should I complain? I just use the tools that I want to use and that I need to use. Oops. So we can just, if I wanted to, actually just add another artboard here to the side with the same size. Just kind of nice. I really like doing that. I really like that it's so practical right there. That sounds even better. If I have to pay for things I don't want, everything else is free. That's a banger. Exactly. It's super useful. It's really convenient. As I said, I have already been using Affinity stuff when they started out. Hello, Realo. How you doing? So it's kind of nice that the basic tools are for free, and then if you really want to muck around with AI, which I don't. I just realized I already have it installed, never opened it. My brain is a Swiss cheese. Could be worse. At least you don't have to download it now. Alright, I actually wanted to add a tail here, so let's... Maybe I want to just add a little bit of a swirl there, just to make it a bit more cutesy. Then we give this whole thing a thickness of, let's say, 8 points. Not pixels, points. There is a difference. 301 is my version. 320 is the current. Yeah, that's what's laying in the corner for a while. Yeah! How's everyone? I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. Oh. I need this color to actually work. Now, for this one, I have to figure out how to turn this simple path into a shape. Ideally, I want that already to be nice and rounded, so let's edit around with the shapes a little bit. It's almost looking like the Pink Panther in that color. That's fine. So I think if I'm using this arrow and right click, then I should be able to geometry, no alignment. Maybe I'll just go into the vector menu. Divide component. Spawn strokes, probably not that. No. Create symbol, probably not. Gonna get something to drink. All right. All right, we have ads. I'm so sorry. Didn't even notice that. Back from Rexona ads. Oh boy. So what I want is actually to turn this path into a object, but I might not be able to do that. Or I actually need to create style, add to swatches. It's not what I want. Geometry compound? No. Okay, so I think I might need to look up a tutorial on that, because I have no clue what I'm doing. I want this one path to turn into something that is surrounded by paths. So we want path to object. Let's see if I can make that work. Align object. Maybe curve to object. How to convert shapes into curves. Convert to curves. No. Okay, that kind of sucks. I cannot find the thing. Don't like that. Doing alright myself. I'm just chilling. Nice. That's what I want to hear. Arrange. No, there's so many new tools that I have yet to actually try out. If I do that, what happens? Ooh. Ooh. Wait, can I use that? Convert to curves. Oh, that actually works. That's nice. That's really nice. It's exactly what I wanted. Well, almost exactly what I wanted. Because now I can just grab this. Maybe make a few of these curves a little bit thinner. To make the tail a little bit more dynamic. To be fair, if the pink is in the right shade, this could also be a Mew frame. Right, now I actually know how this works. That's pretty neat. So let's just put that right here. So it kind of looks like it's poking out of the frame. And I kind of wanna, maybe I want to put that panel, make that panel a bit longer. Which also means that I have to, no. Push that a bit further over here. And I'll take that cat. And notice that the frame is still too small. Maybe I want to squish. cat a little bit. Yeah, that artboard needs to go get a little bit bigger. Just a teeny tiny bit. Kind of want to have my artboards be somewhat at the same height. But yeah, this whole artboard shebang is pretty useful when you're working on several things at once, or things that actually belong together. So for this, I'm just going for panel designs. Gotta go grind some more Tekken and Ranked and lurk in the background. All right, Lune. I hope you're having fun. So we kind of want to make a compound out of this. So I want to just put that together. And then we'll give this shape here a border. Now, this whole border thing is kind of funny because you can add very interesting things to this. Let me show you. So, with Affinity, we do have path brushes, and that's actually one of the main reasons why I want to do this in here, because you can even create your own path brushes with this. So for example, if you have image brushes, you can kind of see here on the side, there are a lot of interesting shapes that you can use. You can just apply them to your borders or make patterns out of them. But I really like turning them into, or using them as borders. So they're pretty much just bitmaps that go along the vector line. That's something that I kind of miss with Krita and Inkscape. I kind of want to have that there as well. Would be really nice. So what I'm looking for is either rope. Rope is actually pretty good because that kind of looks like wool. I'm gonna need to turn down the line strength a little bit because that's just way too thick. Now that goes much better. And I do want this to be a very nice pink. Now there's just one problem here. It takes a very intense color. I'm not a fan of that. I want something a bit, say a little bit less intense when it comes to color. It seems like there's nothing I can do right there. So that's kind of sad. Would love to have this in a less intense color. Need to stretch a little. But I really like the idea that you can just use images for brushes and you can even create your own. On the inside, if we have to use that intense of a color on the inside, then I want to go for something a little less intense. If we have to go for something that intense on the inside, I kind of want to go a little less intense on the inside. I think I kept just repeating the same thing I said before, so I'm sorry, my brain is just a little bit scrambled. So I don't need that group layer anymore, so I can just delete that. I'm not a fan of that extreme kind of brush. What I could also use is go for patterns. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's way too much. But you get where this is going. So there are patterns. You can use faux inks if you feel like it. Super nice if you just wanna emulate brushes or pens for stuff like that. You can even adjust the thickness of these as you wish. Now, what I'm looking for the inside, I'm actually looking for something very different. And that is trying to figure out how to get the bitmap that we just created into our, because that's something that used to work. That you can insert a bitmap pattern into a shape. And I have yet to actually figure out how that works. So let me see. I cannot just throw that in here. What I could try is just look around in my image trace, expand stroke, document, nah, edit? Create style, nah, that's probably just keeping this in or turning this into my style folder right there. Yeah, there you can see that. Because this thing already has something like that going on. And I have no idea how to replicate that. I have absolutely no idea how that works. There used to be a way. It's been a bit complicated, and now I'm just sitting here like, I have no clue what to do here. And can I just close panel group? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I just delete this and delete this and delete this. And it crashed. And that's one of the things that I really do not like about Affinity. It just randomly crashes. So let's hope that I can get it back to working again. I hate that. It's so extremely unstable on Linux. I wish there was a native version just for it to be more stable and actually usable. But it seemed to have actually saved the progress to a degree, so that's fine. I really need to pee, so I'll be back in a little bit. Just give me a minute. I has returned. All right. Ooh, Minecraft theme. Nice. Ba, 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 ba. Hi, John. How's it going? How are you doing? I hope you're having a nice Sunday. Oh, and a donut. Hey, how are you? How is it going? Hi, donut. We're making funny things with shapes. Well, somewhat. Kind of trying to make some panels here. It's just making it a little bit difficult right there. I want to add a fill and hope that I can add something. Thing is, I have no clue how to. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing quite okay. So meant to make a graphics package for your future shorts today. Oh, nice. You need any kind of design. You need any kind of design document for the swatches or the colors that you need. I mean, it's not too hard. You just need to get into a bluish purple because I really love that bluish purple. Ah, yes, the Felsalad crew is seeing each other. You better be okay or I'll smack you. Yeah, about that. It's a bit more complicated. You know what? I'll see if I can maybe find a decent tutorial for bitmap pattern. There has to be something. Pattern fill. There. Content. Wait. Alright, Felly is watching tutorials while she's trying to figure out how to do things. It's kind of annoying, but well, it is what it is. And YouTube, of course, is very slow when it comes to loading stuff. Yes, I use Affinity. At least I try to. It just keeps crashing on me, which is really annoying. Blah, 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 blah. It's good that you can't hear this. It's amazing. I like Affinity. It just keeps crashing on me, which is really annoying. Where do I need to click, stupid tutorial person? Please! This? Okay. Ooh. Oh! I found a thing! I found a thing! I found a thing! Okay, now I have to actually navigate to... let's see... This one... This one... Pictures, resources, open. Now we just have to... Oh, yes. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I am so happy. This is exactly what I was looking for. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, this is great. Okay, I know how this works now. Yes, happy claps. There was some regression on Canvas update and involvement. For instance, Affinity Canvas takes longer to load because they would not load the fonts on a PC after a splash screen. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I actually have to restart Affinity after the first start because it was kind of stuck on my fonts. Not sure why that happens, but well, it is what it is. I think I kind of want to make these make this tail a bit bigger. And I kind of want to save this. So let me quickly put that into a fitting folder. There we go. Everything's saved. Much better now. So now I just need to... I could technically just delete that because I won't need it. Make that a little bit rounder. Right now I'm not doing a commission, but I might have a panel commission lined up soon-ish. Just need to poke that one client that asked me for it, but hasn't put in the commission into my VGen, so not quite sure if I'm fish or meat, which I think is an idiom very specific to Germany, so now I'm just doing some panels to maybe start some stuff. Also to have something to show off. Though for that, might actually put that fill below here and just put that bluish color, because now I can just change the color as I wish by just maybe adding turning the blue fill into a hue fill, which is pretty nice. Or it could just change the color, the layer effect to negation, which makes it this dirty-ish green. I kind of wanna go for hue here because I wanted this to be blue anyway. Which also means that I can change color as much as I'd like. Also have to save a lot. It's better that way. I have to drink a lot. So yeah, this program is actually pretty useful as soon as you know how it works. kind of have to fiddle around with it because it has these really nice features. God damn it, Donut! Information that I did not need. Why'd you do that? I do want to add maybe some kind of dark pink outline here. So let's just put that a little bit darker. Then I want to have this down to, yeah, let's put it down to 8 point. And I could technically just go for the same dark pink color right there, so it still kind of looks like it's sticking out. You don't like naked men in your stream? It is not TOS conform. I'm sorry. Why would I want that? Why would I want naked men in my stream? You think I'm that depraved, really? No, 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 no. I'm an adult. Also, I prefer my men clothed anyway. They can look much better that way. It could get awkward now. Depraved? Nobody said anything about depraved. God damn it, John, then stop implying that. Stop it. Get some help. Naked pastry in my midst. There's
naked
sprinkle.
Pastry in my midst. There's sprinkled PP I surely missed. The glazing is reminiscing of the blazing sun. It shines bright like a diamond upon my soft buns. Oh yeah,
God
baby.
damn it. Why'd you have to be like this? Why are you like this, Donuts? You just do that to mock me. I should know. You just do that to mock me. And sadly it works. There we go. Actually, I really like this. I could probably make this a little bit softer. Also these paths that I kind of want to turn into curves like this. Of course you clipped it. You had to, didn't you? Alright, now we can technically go for something very interesting by just duplicating this thing here. Then I'll grab the one below, just put it a little bit. Because I really just want that thing to just really want that tail part below to just be inside the kitty thing. And then I'll change the properties to have no outline. Make it somewhat, let's go for bluish purple. Make the layer style, or turn the layer style into multiply. And then we can actually use layer effects if I figure out where I can use them. Oh wait, there's a button down here. And we can just go for Gaussian blur. So maybe just... There we go. That's how you put a shadow into your shapes. Since you're a donut, does being naked mean you're not glazed or anything like that? I know some clubs you can go to that'll fix that. Kind of like that. It looks cute. It's quite simple, but what it is missing is text. So let's keep it simple by just putting in a text box and go A, B, C. Make that whole thing centered. And then we need a quite big font size. Might as well also look for the right font for this template. Can you disclose for whom you created? Just to throw it, maybe throw it on the Kofi for people to use themselves for $1 or something like that. Let's look for a fitting nice font for this. So I'm looking for something somewhat bubbly, playful. There's so many fonts in here and many of them I just don't even need. Supertrend, for example. It's a pretty nice one. Can even go a little bit bigger for this. And ideally, we want to go for a color that's probably not as dark. Like we could just go for a dark purple. And the cool thing is we can even add a little noise to this, but it doesn't quite work as well. Could also go for a darkish blue. But I don't want to go for black because black is just not, it doesn't fit. That does definitely not sound right, Donut. You did it to yourself. So actually, I mean, I could even add a little FX shadow. So let's put in an outer shadow. Can use the offset to make this work and some intensity. Oh, and without a radius, we won't even see anything shadowy. Could add a bit more to the offset and turn up the radius a little. That's already doing a pretty great job. So that would make actually already for nice-ish template. Doesn't need to be extremely fancy. It already does its work nicely-ish. English. What are you guys doing? So the Pink Panther wants to start streaming on Twitch too. I was actually thinking of cat, since I also made a little pattern in Krita to underline the cat aspect of this. I mean, I can still change the color to have a white-ish tail. So you have one for white cat. Even can change it to turn into black cat with a different background. Just figured out how to do the whole pattern bitmap fill. Guys! Also, thanks, I wanted my first batch of homemade cheese to be a trip. Jesus Christ, you guys. You're weird. Love that. I'm pretty sure frogs were not used to keep milk fresh. But hey, it's your weird trivia that does not make sense. Also might actually need some, no. No. What are these? Ah, god damn it. Never mind then. Nah, I really do need them. Just give me a minute. There we go. What? What? Okay. Rural Russians and Finns, particularly during the 17th through early 20th century, placed live brown frogs into milk containers to keep it from spoiling. This practice, used before modern refrigeration, was effective because frog skin secretes antimicrobial peptides. Okay, that's kind of weird. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. I am impressed. That's really weird trivia. They would close if the water was unsafe. Damn. Did not expect something like that. So let's do more of this. Especially because I have actually an idea for my client. I should really poke her in the butt so that she's actually doing the thing that I'm asking her to. Because I really wanted to do something for her. And there is actually a list on my whiteboard what kind of stuff we need to work on. And she hasn't come back to me yet on that. My freaking hair is so soft but annoying because it gets my eyes. Pins? Or bobby pins? Usually helps. So how about we make a space-themed one? Which also means that I need some space-themed patterns. Oh, wow. So what I can do is get a dark blue. Then I'll take a round shape and give that a gradient. So I'm looking for maybe something red-ish. And put a bit more of an orangey yellow on the other side. Now this is just the lineal, but if I go for a radial kinda gradient, I can actually move that stuff around. I think I should actually turn that around. So can I invert that? Yeah. Hey? No. Not insert, invert. There we go. Let's push that a bit further out. And then inside that circle we can do a little bit of a You guys just throw out trivia like it's absolutely nothing, it seems. In practice today in some areas, clams are super sensitive to impurities, so for some older city water pipes, clams were installed with springs and such to act as emergency shutoffs and alarm triggers for stuff like chemical or lead contamination. Ha! Ha! Frog Universe. You mean Frog University? I kind of want to add a little bit of a belt around this little planet, around this tiny planet. Just got one problem with Affinity. As it is, it doesn't like my graphics tablet. Never has. I mean, I could just turn off the snapping to make my life a little bit easier. And then that should work better. Alright. Kind of want to switch that around. Maybe do a... Well, maybe that black belt. I'm not sure what kind of belt I want to give it. I want to go rather dark. Maybe I'll go for green. And to maybe give this little planet a nice pattern, should be able to just use the brush tool and and pick one of the path brushes. Not like this. Pick one of the path brushes. Like this one. Just put that into that circle so that it's clipped. Now this is not ideal, this does not look great. That's just to make it, to have a bit of a start here. Because I can just use one of these beautiful, beautiful path brushes. Maybe change this to, let's say, a soft light. Turn down the brush size. I think I can even use pressure sensitivity. I'm not entirely sure if it works, but I can at least try. So let's see, can we do pressure sensitivity somewhere? Pressure, there. Let's give that a shot. I want this brush to be a lot smaller than that. It kind of works. Put that all to soft light. Nice to have something like that. Oh boy, Donut is now following everyone in the chat. Everyone! Warlock's just like, what the hell is going on? What did I do? It's funny. It's really funny. Also, we have ads. I'm gonna take a small ad break. So I'll stick around, but I won't do much. Yeah, Warlock's Donut is just following everyone in the chat, including you. Actually might though. Got a number of friends who stream and I help with tech support in that regard. Yeah, it's always nice to have someone around that actually knows their shit when it comes to streaming stuff. Though to be fair, I'm already somewhat versed in that, so I'm not too... I don't have too much of a problem getting along with my stuff. I do want to add some kind of nice pattern in here. Also maybe getting a nice border around that rectangle so it's not just flowing into this planet. would be kind of nice. Don't, but I grew up as a tech and they either just happen to stream or want to get into it. So yeah, why the hell not? I mean, what's stopping you from doing it? All right, we're back from ads. Let's see. I think I definitely want to get a... I'm gonna go for white-ish border. Very light yellow. And I also want to do path brushes now. I think inks should be working the best here. With a somewhat small border. It's kind of hard to see right now because it is that bright, but as you can see, there's a little bit you can see there. I might also want to get some kind of gradient in here. Just to have it go over nicely. I might even fizzle around with some layer effects. Ooh, hard light might work. Linear light also is pretty nice. Ooh, vivid. Wait, vivid. Look at this vivid light. That's kind of nice layer effect. Like you can still kind of see through the planet, but anything that is just... Yeah, I kind of like that. Still doesn't quite hit the spot. I'm gonna just group that. Maybe make this bigger. Maybe it's the stripes. I'm not entirely happy about the stripes. I can do better than that. Maybe I'll just take a different brush here. Dry media, maybe? Make that a little bit bigger. Nope, you do not belong inside this. You guys need to go and take a different color. I think I can actually add a little bit more here because that's just too uniform. It's a bit hitting the spot is totally my jam. We're not talking about jam here, and if jam, strawberry, or are we talking apricot? I do like apricot jam. Well, the problem with this is I cannot just taper off the lines here by going for the pen pressure, which is really annoying, so I kind of have to do this manually. It sucks, but it is what it is. Wasn't talking about jam at all. You were talking about your jam. And one of my jams is Pearl Jam. It's actually one of my favorite jams. Where is that curve down here? Where is that curve? Come on now, give me my curve. It can't be that hard. Give me the curve I seek for, or I'll tear myself apart. Ah, there we go. Or I tear myself apart. Ah ha ha. That looks a bit more interesting. Not sure how far I should go with this, so I'd rather change the subject. Ah. I think I do not, it does not compute. I do not compute here. That one still. Hey. There we go. Dirty. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's not good. So that was the cat pattern. Just group that up and nah, not layer style. Oh, we're going spacey. Which means that I have to find a good brush to actually emulate stars. That one looks good. Hello. Oh wait, yeah, right. Oops, that's a bit too much. Don't want to go for too many stars, just a little bit. Then maybe on top of that, might want to add something like this, maybe with a green? No, not quite. Ooh, that's too big. Now this might look a bit too much, but as soon as I'm just turning down the opacity and use a smudge brush, maybe not. See ya when I see a sweet face. Done. Thank you, Donut. Maybe something that kind of looks spacey. But finding something is a different thing. Very different thing. I have way too many brushes! Oh no! Finding the right one right now is probably going to be a pain in the butt. Maybe I'll do that. Then just go for a color dodge there. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's a nice pattern here. So, first of all, let me just save this one. And then save it as a PNG. Since this seems to work somehow. Space. Pat. It seems to work by just renaming it, so I'll just stick with that. I'll just doubly do this and change the name into space dot pad dot bmp, and somehow it just works. I have no clue why, but it turns into a bitmap, and why should I complain? So let's get that bitmap going. There it is, a space pattern. And it just works. No clue why, but it works. I might keep that stream short today. My Wi-Fi went up and lost its connection, and I'm back now with an unwell shoulder. Ah, that really sucks. That really sucks balls. Put something hot on it, but not directly on it. I don't want you to burn your skin. Yeah, I kind of like this. as a template for not entirely sure about that border though. But what I will do is at least add some kind of text, just like I did over there. The A, B, C. We'll take a different font here because I think an interesting font would be, or a font that at least fits, would be maybe this one. And this should then be, let's say, should be really bright. Ideally, you kind of want to go for a very bright yellow. That works actually pretty well for space-themed panel. Fairly simple, works nicely. Ted Turner, the founder of Cartoon... Oh. To be fair, I was only able to watch Cartoon Network when we were on vacation. So... it is sad, kinda. I think I also want to give this an outer glow. So let's put in an outer glow. Push up the radius a little bit. Make that on a somewhat bright-ish yellow. It's still missing something. I just don't know what. Maybe a little, yes, a little comet in the background. Let's do that. Oh, I can actually do this as a, oh, that's nice. But I don't want that. I actually wanna just get me very simple brush right here. Don't even need the right color right now. I just want this to somewhat connect. So I'll just go like this and then connect the two. And then connect the two. I think I'm a little bit confused. Oh, whatever. Then we'll turn the inside into something darkish brown. Outside can be colorless, actually. I said colorless! This could work probably pretty nicely with a gradient, so let's also do a gradient. Oops. I kind of want to go radial. Beetle with long antennae things is making it smacking against my. Whoa! Whoa, that sounds like a big one. Like a real big one. Then I'll just pick a bright yellow right there. We want to put that behind our comet, if it lets me. Also gonna put that in a group, so I can't just apply one layer effect onto all of them, because I want to blur this. And give it an outer glow. Not entirely sure if I like that. Ah, there are actually some pretty huge insects or insectoids all over the world. They really like, the really big ones are usually either in tropical environments or very, almost in inhabitable environments, to be fair. Maybe I also want to change the path. Ha! I mean, could work. Oh, that looks funky. Of course, it's the Kraken. Had to be. Fish. Titan beetles I haven't seen larvae from. Actually, I have never seen a Titan beetle. There is a cat with a wool ball as a image brush. Oh my god, this is so great. Love this. That could actually work, especially if I turn down the opacity of those layers. I think I got an idea how to finish this. It's actually quite nice. Maybe we'll add some outer glow to this one. A little bit reddish. I think that's nice enough. I mean, it's not super perfect, but it's actually for something that you get for, I don't know, a buck. It should be fine. Though I'm kind of tempted to actually turn this into a shooting star. For simplicity's sake, because this seems to be a bit too much. Let me try a shooting star. That might actually work nicer. Found a spider that can bury itself in sand. My ex actually had a spider that lives in small caves. That it buries itself, and it plugs up its own house or its own cave with its butt. And I think colloquially people call it the Oreo spider, because its butt kind of looks, when you look from outside, it kind of looks like the pattern of an Oreo. So I've seen quite a lot of spiders in my life. Very different ones as well. Uh-oh. I feel a crash incoming. Please. Oh. Well, that's at least a little bit better. I think that works better. Than the comet. I kind of like this more. And still need to get that whole thing. First of all, a bit of a Gaussian blur. Because I do like me my Gaussian blur. And if it actually works, I also add that outer glow. I like this. I actually do. What did he feed them? Mostly Gaussian blur. Oh, come on. Usually, he fed his spiders either roaches, like hissing roaches, or maggots, especially the small ones, I think. Nah, it wasn't maggots. Honestly, it's been so long that I probably am not going to give you the right answer. So all statements are not reliable at all. I'm sorry. Kind of like these two. They're simple, but they work. As a concept. You know what, guys? I'm not feeling too good. It's probably because of my tooth. Or my toothant. So I'll probably keep that stream short. Tomorrow I'll have an appointment with my dentist. So let's see what he's going to say about that. Today I can't get to my dentist because, well, it's Sunday. Everything's closed. What do you mean with short? It's as long as usual. 2.5 hours. It should usually be. May the appointment bring good news or better solutions. Yeah, I hope so too, because I will need to spend a shit ton of money just to get that implant going. And I really hope that some people can help me with that. My dad told me that he's going to help me out with the payment for the implant. So let's hope that it's not getting too pricey. But it's certainly going to be quite a bit of money. I know that for a fact. So let's hope that I can kind of get it somewhat less pricey. God fucking damn it. Should have taken care of my teeth a bit better in my life, but well, it is what it is. Now it's too late. Alright. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'm probably not going to see you on Monday, but I will hopefully see you on Tuesday. Depending on how I feel. Until then, have a really nice day. Have a nice Sunday. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.